Welcome to xstreet.com. This is a demo of the working website. I've got the screen optimized for smartphones, although I am doing this on my desktop, so you will see my mouse. So the first thing to do is to go to xstreet.com. That's extreet.com, and we type that in there, and we get the landing page. Xstreet, the movie location search engine. You have a search bar at the top and then three buttons. There's some text here which you can read in your own time, but I'm going to just jump in and click Around Me. Xstreet finds your location. You will have to allow the website to access your location on your smartphone, and then it positions you in the center of the little blue character there. You can see all these pins around represent different scenes, and the map is dynamic and works very much like this, and you can zoom in and out. So when you have a scene, you simply click on a pin and it brings up this particular drop down. So we can now see this scene here was from the film Vanity Fair, a film from 2004, and you can see the scene at 35 minutes and 35 seconds into the film. I've described it as arriving in London, although it's in Bath, Great Pulteney Street in Bath. So you get a description of the scene followed by a description of the location, and that's how it works. We have a few other buttons here. We have the kill button, which I will activate in a bit. We have the share button and the favorites button there, as well as a button to go to the film. So the kill button works like that. You go back to the map and it allows you to search around and click on another film. We have different colored pins here. They will basically align to the titles, although there is a limited number of colors, so there can be some overlap. But here we have, for example, Les Miserables and Javert commits suicide in Pont-Neuf in Bath. Well, that's probably meant to be France. And then let's have a look at one here. This is a TV show, McDonald and Dodds. And with a TV show, it will actually give you which episode you're looking at, this being episode 2, and the time there. So the other buttons are, we'll have a quick look at this. This is Bridgerton as well. Let's have a go to a movie. This one here, Vanity Fair again. So first of all, we have the favorites button. This adds any scene that you want to your favorites for quick recall later. Just click on that and you can see that it changes. And then we have the share button. I'll just click on that and all that does is copies this link to your clipboard. And then you can send that link to somebody, copy, paste it, do what you like with it, and it will always get you back to the scene. I shall demonstrate that in a bit. So you can see that once I've favorited a film, the icon here changes. You get a little heart there, and that one's already been favorited. And for another example, I would just click this one from the film Persuasion and favorite that one as well. So that's how the scenes work. Just to try to show you how that sharing works, I'm just going to paste that clipboard into the search bar, and as soon as you press return, it takes a second or so, but it will navigate you right back to the scene there, and the map centers on you. You can see that when it does that, it has actually got rid of all of the other pins, just to help you find that particular one. But there's ways of getting back to those as well. So what I'll just click on Around Me again, and that will refresh everything here. So let's find out a bit more. We click on another scene, and we've had a look at the favorites and the share, but let's see what happens. We have a final button here, Go to Film. So we click on that, and it brings you up the scene specific to Les Miserables. And it gives you some details about the director and the stars, some links to watch this on Amazon if you need to. We then have a button called Show All Scenes, which is, I shall click in a second. And then finally, we do have individual scenes, and these are all the scenes for the film. I'm just going to show you what happens quickly if you change the orientation of the screen. You actually then see, if it's a wider screen, you'll see the pictures. This is not quite shown up in this recording, but you can try that at home. So the only other thing we have here is we have some favorite buttons here. So maybe I will make some of these favorites as well. And there we go. So at this point, you can either click on any particular scene, and it will take you back to that scene. And you can see that if we do this, it's now located me up here, a long way from Bath. But then we can go back to the film and we can see plenty more of these. The other thing you can do is just show all the scenes from a film, which is done here. And you can see that this particular film was filmed all over the UK and not a lot in France. So you can zoom in on this and it will only ever show you the pins that you have there. And you can see that I'm still located here in Bath next to that one scene, but we have all these other scenes all over the country, including one in London. So you can click on that one and have a look there. So that really is how you navigate around scenes and the movies. So let's have a look at what else we have in our menu bar here. So I'm going to work from right to left just to make this a bit back to front. But anyway, it's a good way of doing it. The more just gives you some more options. And if you click on that, you can see we have 5 more buttons. I shall have a look at those in a bit. Around me, we've had a look at already. That merely centers the search screen, centers the screen on your particular location and shows you what scenes are within walking distance of where you currently are. Next, we have the search, and this is repeated on the front, the landing screen, but you click it and it just brings you up a search bar. So you can search by either film or place. So, for example, if I was to type in Ferris, we click on that and we only get one film coming up, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and click on that and we get to see the scene, and there are 20 scenes here. Let's have a look. I particularly like the baseball, so I'm going to click a favourite for that one. Yeah, maybe we'll go and have a look at that. So there's Ferris et al. Watch Baseball, and that's at Wrigley Field in Chicago, and you can click on that. And you can now see there is another thing, scene there, which we can click on, and that's just outside the same baseball stadium, Wrigley Field in Chicago. Close that, and again we have the heart shape showing that I've liked this particular scene here. So we can zoom out there. I'm also going to do a search for place. In this instance, I'll go for London, and I'm not going to even type the whole word. Just go Lundo, and you can see that London comes up. And this indeed has 60 scenes. When you choose a place, it doesn't take you to a menu, but it does actually zoom into the area. And you can see we have all the scenes here of many different things. So I'm just going to zoom in, and you can see that it's quite a lot happening here. We can click and see, there we have a bit of James Bond, another James Bond film there, but a different one. And what we've got, Lawrence of Arabia up here at St. Paul's. So we do have quite a lot going on there. I'm just going to make a few of these favorites, and we'll have a look at that next. So there we go. So once you've done some favorites, you can actually build up a list of them. But a really a good way of looking at these is just to filter the favorites here, and that is the next button at the bottom. So if I click on this, all the scenes disappear except for the ones that I've got favorited. So I can also go back to around me and just have a look at the stuff in Bath and click on filter favorites, and it just has the ones that I've favorited previously. That is stored in the cookies, and there are details about that on the help page. So again, I'm going to go back to London, and just type in LO this time. It will search for that, and you can see that now the looking for the string LO, you actually get a lot of different things, and it ranks these by the numbers. London has 60 scenes, Los Angeles 36, and then we get Home Alone 2 with 16 scenes. So it mixes up places and films and ranks them in according to the number of scenes you can see. So let's have a look at London again. And again, this is sort of a lot to deal with. So maybe you're here in London and you'd like to catch up with some scenes. So the final button along the bottom is the filter button, and this is very helpful when you have a lot of pins nearby. If I press on that, basically it will show you this is a list of all the pins that we have in the particular field of view. So there is quite a lot here, and again they're ranked. Stan and Ollie at the top, Notting Hill, and we get down to one scene there. So there are a number of buttons. We have a simple toggle that simply inverts the selection. So if I click that, they're all deselected. So maybe let's just click Stan and Ollie, and you can see if I can toggle that, and it will either have one or everything but one. So that's quite useful there. When you click on it, it just selects. It doesn't take you anywhere. So this will be apparent once we click X. We can select just the films, and you can see that the TV show like Ted Lasso is removed, or just the TV, and only Ted Lasso is the only one that we can see there. But let's just say that all I want to do is just my James Bonds there. So I'm just going to have a look at Spectre and GoldenEye and A View to a Kill and The Living Daylights and Tomorrow Never Dies. So quite a lot of Bond there, but those are the only ones I've got selected. So finally we kill this and we go back here. And now you can see just the scenes that I've filtered, and these will all, of course, simply be the James Bond one. So there we go. Make a favorite for that. So there we go. So that's how the filter works. And as I say, it's very useful when you are looking at a great number of pins in your locality. And I can click on that again, and you can now see that it will still look at that new locality, and we're only seeing 5 here, and we've got a few films that are grayed out, so I'll just select all to select all of them, and you can now see we have a few more appearing within walking distance, such as Stan and Ollie there. So there we go. So that's the filter function, which is really useful to filter the various scenes. So let's have a look at what else we've got coming up on the More bar. So now we have the actual favorites bar here. So as well as the filter favorites is a quick and easy way of getting at those, but you can have a look at your list of favorites, and you can click on that, and this will bring you up all the favorites that we've done. You favorite scenes rather than whole films, and in this particular one, for every single one, you can just click on these and it'll take you back to that particular scene. I click back on favorites and I'll go back to there. You can also remove them from your favorites lists. Let's get rid of some of these Bath ones, and maybe we'll go back to Bath, and we can now see there are going to be a few of them favorited. And if I go to the favorites now, they've completely gone. So you have to go and add those again. But the favorites is just a very good shortcut of finding particular ones you like. Let's have back to GoldenEye, and yes, it takes you back to the scene. The favorites icon is darkened there, so you can see that is still part of the favorites. So there we go. So that's how the favorites work. The next one along is layer, and this is a very simple one. We can change the type of map you use. There are 3 versions. We have the satellite setup here as default, which I like. Then you can have a regular map, and you can help you with street names, etc. And then finally we have a hybrid, and you just click through these, and it will key through them like so. So we're on maybe the map there, and you can see that this just works perpetually. Now if I go to GoldenEye and then we show all scenes, it's a global film, so we have lots of these ones going on down here and down all the way down to Monaco there. But if we go back to change the layer, you can see the hybrid and back like that. So I like the satellite, but obviously you can do that as you see fit. Next one we have dark mode, which is here for people who have maybe some vision issues that dark mode is helpful with, and also maybe if you're out at night it's a bit easier, so you just click on that and it's quite straightforward. It just changes the color palette there. The one thing that is noticeable is everything changes color here, and we can then go back to London and see that. So that all works. But one thing I like is that when you go onto the hybrid map, that also is a different color as well. And so I think this is really, really helpful. Maybe you are out traveling at night to look at some of these sites, so I think it can be really helpful to have this more lower light variation here. But that's dark mode, so I'm going to switch that off there. The next button along is submit. So this is if you wish to submit a location of yourself, and I'm just going to zoom in the center of the map, maybe here, This building here. I wonder what this is. This looks like that could be a gallery here. So this is Buckingham Palace. So let's just say we're going to submit a film in Buckingham Palace, a scene there. So I'm just going to center that, and we go to the submit button, and this opens up a form for you, and you can type in the title of the film and then the timestamp. And you don't have to do these, but let's just say it says James Bond up there, and the timestamp, well, I don't know. It just takes text, so this would be up to the people running the situation. Then we have a latitude and longitude thing. Now you can either type this in, but there are two other options here. You can either add your current location, and it will do that, and this is me still in Bath, or you can choose the map center, and I click on that, and that gives us the center of the map. And yes, that's James Bond. This is asked for note, and James Bond goes to Buck House. And then you can add your email address. And I'm going to add my one there, and then you just click submit, and you get a thank you for submission, and it takes you back to here. So that just sends it off to the massive office at X Street. So if you wanted to submit one, and they will review it and maybe add it. And you don't have to include your email address, but we like to have it so we can thank anybody if we start using their content. So finally, the final button is the help button, which is a really useful way of finding out what everything does, and pretty much a summary of everything I've just spoken to you about. So we can see, and it just gives you basically what all the different buttons mean. We've got logos and icons that really should be fairly apparent and intuitive, but just to help you out, it tells you a lot of the functionality here. At the bottom, we do have the cookies. So the cookies are enabled there. And you've got the button there to delete all the cookies there. So that is covered again on the landing page. So we're very open about the cookies. The cookies basically just store your favorites, so you can log on again and find your favorites. We don't store any personal information. It's just the favorites. And also there will be a cookie that will remind us whether you do not want cookies or not. So even if you delete cookies, it has that one cookie to say that you don't want cookies. So I hope that's okay. But anyway, that's what the cookies are. It's a very simple functionality there. So I close the help, and we go back. So that's pretty much it. That's how X Street works. So yeah, www. Well, you don't have to use the W dot, but it's extstreet.com, and we're adding new scenes to it all the time. So get stuck in, and maybe like me, you can go to Philadelphia and run up the Rocky Steps, which was my original inspiration for this, where to find the Rocky Steps. And there we go. You can see that in the film Rocky at 1 hour 13:19, and here it is, the Philadelphia Museum of Art Steps in Philadelphia. So there we go. That's X Street. Thanks very much.